Could this place be more beautiful? It is. Discerning winemakers can sense an extra dimension, a fusion of elements that most of us miss. The soil, the plant life, the climate, all that contributes to the making of a place speaks to them. This and the knowledge of their craft enables them to deduce greatness, beauty to come.
The Burgundians understand that wine has a voice, and you must follow that. That's the first and most fundamental, basic element of making great wines, and they get it. And that's a real treat working for someone like Jean-Charles Boisset.
We have an immense responsibility towards the future. We have to respect the land because we only borrow her from our children.
The Russian River Valley is the jewel in Sonoma County's crown. Terroir like this is not only beautiful, it is rare. Here, vines are nourished by the warm sun of a long growing season. Grape clusters are blanketed by cool coastal fog that steals its way inland from the Pacific Ocean to soften nights and mornings.
When I crossed that bridge, I could feel that there was something beyond that would be magically defined. The ocean influence, the beautiful mamelons, as we call it, little mountains, very gentle, very soft, which are really creating not only a gorgeous, attractive, and very sensual landscape, but at the same time, a landscape made for grapes.
For more than a century, Zinfandel vines thrived in volcanic soils here. More recently, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay have ripened to perfection. Here, another dimension exists, a beautiful landscape for telling pleasures and flavors to come. This is the land of DeLoach Vineyards.
Beautifully carved, defined within the coastline is the Russian River. Think for a moment of all the best vineyards in the world, the most highly respected vineyards are always on the bench of an incredible river.
The Russian River Valley itself is so varied. It's not like other growing regions which are a little bit more homogeneous. That's why we're able to grow so many different varietals. Syrah and Zinfandel grow here very well, just as Pinot Noir and Chardonnay do.
In France, indeed throughout the world, the Boisset family is known for exceptional Burgundian Pinot Noir. When Jean-Charles Boisset set out to bring this tradition to California, he wanted the very best terroir.
The past of terroir is, in its definition, terre, simply dirt. That dirt is magical.
Not just the soil itself or the aspect of the slope on which the vineyard sits or the row orientation or the amount of rainfall and sunshine that you have. The people are as much a part of the terroir as the native yeast that exist on the grapes and naturally in the cellar.
We feel the terroir of the Russian River. The identity of Sonoma is where the most elegant, the most long-lasting Chardonnay can be made.
The Boisset family acquired DeLoach Vineyards determined to make it the top Pinot Noir and Chardonnay producer in the region.
The DeLoach family historically came from France as Huguenots, and that beautiful fleur de lis has an incredible signification in our history. What we've seen ourselves over the last 3 years has been one of the most exciting wineries we've ever worked with because of its people.
I can honestly say that I've never worked with a more passionate group of people, and they really care deeply about what they're doing here.
We're all learning more every year. I think that spurs us on. Us, the winemaking team, I think we are excited about the future.
The DeLoach Vineyards' philosophy of sustainable growing and minimally intrusive winemaking techniques not only assures quality, it's a tribute befitting this remarkable place.
Ultimately, we learn best from our vineyards when we've spent a long time with them. And the Burgundians measure success in terms of generations.
DeLoach Vineyards has found, working with nature, that a diverse, balanced ecology can be the greatest of allies.
Biodynamics is kind of the ultimate environmental approach to wine growing. And it's also, by the way, very healthy for children and other small growing things.
If you have a vineyard that's naturally healthy, that's naturally balanced, you're going to have healthier vines and healthier fruit. And that translates into better wines.
There's uniqueness to almost every row of every vine as you move up and down a slope. When you poke your head inside the canopy and look around and then respect, even down to the microscopic level, the one-celled organisms that are going to conduct the fermentations, that's where things like biodynamics come into play.
It's a much gentler technique, just like the old world techniques that we use in making some of our wines.
This commitment from land to vine to wine gives DeLoach customers exceptional wines of distinction, true in their terroir and varietal character.
We are moving away from pneumatic punch downs and automated pump over systems. We've gone from really big tanks down to these little small 4-ton fermenters. We are unique in the sense that we have all of these things coming into play at once, like no other Pinot Noir producer in California.
The Russian River Valley series, the heart and soul of DeLoach Vineyards offerings, these wines are handcrafted using traditional winemaking and ancient Burgundian techniques. The fruit is hand-harvested, with each lot individually sorted and crushed. Next, we have the OFS, or Our Finest Selection series. Bottled when DeLoach winemakers feel a given year's quality represents a reserve level, OFS wines come from top vineyards in the Russian River Valley. Handmade in small batches, using only the best fruit and the most exacting techniques, these wines are produced in limited quantities. They are faithful expressions of Russian River terroir. The Vineyard Designate series is comprised of Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Zinfandel. These wines are limited production offerings. They come from the region's most acclaimed vineyards. Each is crafted to reflect the unique characteristics of a specific terroir. For 3 decades, DeLoach Vineyards has earned enthusiastic recognition. The awards and accolades keep coming.
The ability to make wines that are truly sustainable, that embody a connection to the earth and the place from which they came, there's nothing more satisfying than that.
The idea of terroir anticipated our conception of ecology. It requires we listen closely.
The earth, the terroir, is like a human being. We need to treat her as such and respect her as such.
This land speaks to us through the wine. This is DeLoach Vineyards.